All right, pilots, right now we're going to talk about slam firing. I know that term was a little bit weird when I first heard it, had no idea what they're talking about, so hopefully I can help you understand it quicker than I did. Slam firing is firing your weapon and reloading every single time with the purpose, the intent of firing faster than you would normally. So we're going to try to prove that to ourselves here. As you can see, I'm loaded up with Stags, the shotgun, because that's usually what people are using when they slam fire. No augments. You can see down here, I'm not carrying any augments on the mech right now. We're going to add some in a few moments to see the difference. But let's just start with how these things work by default. And I'm going to hold down the trigger. Remember, this is a single fire weapon, so even though the trigger is held down, it only fires once. So I'm going to reload now. Let's see how rapidly, how much time it takes to fire all 6 shots. And then it has to reload. 6 more. Reload. So there you go. So let's, what we're going to do is try to time that sequence right there. How long does it take to fire 6? Let it fully reload and fire 6 more. Pulling the trigger as fast as I can. It's reloading. Okay, so 12 rounds plus a reload. Now what if, while we're still set up default, I reload every single time? So you should be able to see on my little control cheater there on the screen that I've got the reload button just held down the whole time. So now each time I pull the trigger, you see how it reloads. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to fire off 12 shots exactly and compare those 2 times. So if I'm just holding down reload, hopefully I counted correctly and that was 12. So I don't have a timer in front of me right now, so we'll have to see how that works. Okay, now's the time where we add some augments. Push. There we go. Okay, so the only augment I'm going to add to begin with is going to be the Autoloader. So let's redeploy with the Autoloader. Going to do the same setup, slightly different version of that test. So this is without holding reload. This is just pulling the trigger as rapidly as we can. Firing off 6 shots, reload 6 shots. It should have taken the same amount of time. Okay, so that's the time there. Now, if we hold down reload, let's fire through 12. Okay, so there we go. Now, one more thing that we want to try. Let's add an extended magazine augment. So remember, extended magazine, all that does is add more to your magazine in the weapon, right? So when we redeploy, instead of having 6 shots, as you can see, we've got 8 in the weapon now. So same test. This is without holding reload. All right, so we're going to fire 8, and then we're going to fire 4 after the reload and try to compare that 12. So reload. All right, so that should have been 12. All right, now let's reload. And here goes with holding our reload down and slam firing. All right, so generic from the future here. I had a chance to look over the video and time all those things we just talked about. and took a look at the data. So what we see, hopefully it's on the screen right up here somewhere, what you should see is that if you just fire the shotgun normally, no matter what the augment you've selected is, it'll take about 8 seconds to do the test that we did. So it's about the same amount of time no matter what augments you select. Where it really starts to matter is by holding down that reload button. Without any augments at all, it shaves off about a second from our test, which is not insignificant. If you add that autoloader augment, it shaves off 2 seconds. And if you add both the autoloader and the extended magazine, it shaves off nearly half of that time. So it's effectively doubling your fire rate, and that's serious business, right? Now, there is a trade-off, of course. If you use those two augments, you're committing pretty heavy to that slam fire stag combo, which is fine. But it does mean that there's augments that maybe would make you a little better all around or get around faster or whatever that you're giving up. So is it worth it? That's up for you to decide. It may be worth it to take only the autoloader, which does give you an improved fire rate, but still allows you to select something a little more useful to the overall mission. So anyway, try it all, and good luck out there, pilot. We've got one more little bonus bit for you here. Slam firing, now this augments or not, I'm not too worried about that. What I wanted to show you was you can do that with the hull crackers even without your augments. So let's just go back to no augments. The hull crackers are kind of interesting anyway because it's a charged base weapon, so you kind of get to decide how long you charge them up. The first click will fire or start charging, and then once they launch, the second click will detonate. So let's just see if we can hit this thing right here. We're gonna detonate it right on there. Charge, there it goes, second detonation. So if we want to really lob it, I can little charge, long travel. So the interesting thing now, what I wanted to show you, your hull cracker has 3, and so let's go ahead and fire them all and kind of look at how long it takes for that reload to cycle. So there's 1, there's 2. Now watch how long it takes to reload. All that time you don't spend firing. If you hold the reload, if you slam fire these things, right? It doesn't really let you fire them any faster, but you always have one ready to go, which is super helpful when you are being pestered by lights with shields, right? Or any other time that you really need to dish out that damage. Of course, you are committing your thumb to holding that fire down, so it's tough to ping at the same time. All right, but that's just a little bonus. So that's slam firing. Hopefully that makes sense now.